Hey y'all, True Crime Sunshine here. So we have a missing 2-year-old out of Florida. His name's JJ. He's missing out of Brooksville, Florida. Guys, I used to live in Brooksville, Florida. The terrain is really wooded and there are bears and just all kinds of wildlife. So, let's all share his face. If you're on the Gulf side of Florida, please, please, please share his face. I'm going to read this article. It says Florida missing child alert for a 2-year-old Brooksville boy who wandered away from home. Brooksville, Florida state law enforcement has issued a Florida missing child alert for a Brooksville 2-year-old that went missing Thursday morning. Horses, drones, helicopters, canines, ATVs, and at least 50 first responders for surrounding agencies have been combining the area around Joshua JJ Rowland's home since he was reported missing around noon. During 5 p.m. press conference, Hernando County Sheriff's Al Nine has said that the child had not been found during the large-scale search of the area around Cheever Road and Yonks Road in northern Brooksville. Okay, so then if it's loaded up here, I have the open press conference because I'm going to watch it with you guys. I just got off work and this is the first thing I see on my feed is a missing 2-year-old. And WFLA is live. I can't stream WFLA, but I can pop over and show you guys that KJB is live if it'll load. I'll show you guys in a minute.
Woman in Orlando now. Wendy, we're going to go to that press.
Yeah, the Sheriff's Department is holding a press conference right now in regards to a missing child. Let's go to that right now in Hernando County.
This is Hernando County Sheriff Al Nienhuis, ready to start.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the press conference here. Again, my name is Hernando County Sheriff Al Nienhuis, spelled Nienhuis, and it's pronounced Nienhuis. We're here out at Cheever Road in Hernando County. For reference, it's just a little bit north of Yonks Road, between Cobb Road and Ponce de Leon. It's in a fairly rural area of Hernando County. The lots are very large and most of them are very wooded. There's some farm animals around and so forth. And around almost exactly at noon today, we received a call from this residence advising that JJ, their son, was missing. He's about 2 years old. He has blonde curly hair. And according to the mother, he had been missing for about an hour at the time she called us. We have done a neighborhood canvass several times, not only talking to neighbors, but also searching homes in the area. And we're relatively confident that a witness, a fairly reliable witness as far as we can tell, saw JJ in the front yard playing with the dogs at about 10:40 a.m. So we believe that he disappeared somewhere between 10:40 and 11, if the mother is accurate at the time she gave us. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to locate him. We have well over 50 law enforcement personnel from the Hernando County Sheriff's Office, between 50 and 60 of them out here, doing everything you could possibly imagine to find JJ. We have individuals from the Department of Corrections with their bloodhound. We have Pasco Sheriff's Office with a bloodhound. We have the Citrus County dive team up here looking at some bodies of water that are very close to the house. But as of right now, we have no indication that he was abducted or he wandered off. We just don't know what happened. Unfortunately, the time delay did not help us any, but we have been scouring the woods with the bloodhounds, with our regular patrol canines, and deputies have been coming back just covered in sand spurs looking for little JJ and calling out for him. We've had the helicopter up with the FLIR and the camera trying to see any indication of him, and unfortunately we have not been able to get any indication at all where he might be. We have also checked any sexual offender or sexual predator in the area. We have checked them all off the list, and every single one of them, without exception, was cooperative, even let us come in and look in their house and search their house, just to rule that out as a possibility. I can tell you that we're not going to go home until we find JJ. The family is being very cooperative with us, and they know that we're out here working extremely hard to figure out exactly what happened. As I said, it's a challenge because it's a very wooded area and it's very difficult to see from the helicopter. We're thinking maybe as the sun goes down, the forward-looking infrared cameras might be able to give us some indication where he might be. And I'm also told that some of the bloodhounds might work a little better as the sun starts to go down. So everybody out here, the Hernando County Fire Rescue's been out here helping us. Everybody is dedicated to finding little JJ. Now, I do want to tell the audience out there that if you live anywhere near this location, to please check your property. He's a 2-year-old, but I'm told he's a very, very rambunctious 2-year-old. Probably acts a little older than he actually is, as you might expect. And so he might have gotten further away than we anticipate, and he might be hiding in someone's shed or their garage. So we would certainly appreciate everybody that's probably within a mile or two at least of this to check their property 3 or 4 times to make sure JJ isn't hiding in a car or in a shed or something like that. Also, if you have a family member, again, we don't have any indication he's been abducted, but if you have a family member that's acting strange, we're going to check out every lead that comes in until we find JJ. So if anybody's acting weird, please give us a call and let us come talk to him or her and see if we can rule that person out as a possible suspect if, God forbid, JJ was abducted. So I can't answer much questions because we don't have many answers, but I'll do my best to answer any questions you might have. There has been some indications. I don't want to go into too much detail. They've had some direction, and we've been working really hard in that direction. Of course, in these situations, there are a lot of possibilities. That's why we have a lot of different resources here with different abilities. You know, we obviously hope that we find him alive and well. That's our hope.
Is there any chance the parents aren't being forthcoming?
As of right now, I've been talking to my detectives, and of course, nobody is ruled out as a suspect, but I can tell you that my detectives, and I have a couple of my best detectives, we're interviewing them, and at this point in time, we don't have any reason to believe that any family member or any associate of the family appears to have anything to hide at all, and they want to find JJ just as much as we do.
Did the witness notice the toddler in the yard at 10:45? Was that his yard? Or
that was in his front yard. A neighbor happened to be going by and saw him in the front yard. I think he saw with some of the dogs and didn't think anything of it. Unfortunately, the family didn't notice him missing for quite some time. And then, again, another thing that anybody who's ever missing a child, call law enforcement instantly. Don't look for the child for an hour before you call us because obviously we'd much rather get here and get canceled on the way or have you find the toddler than have an hour lag time. So, but this individual was pretty adamant that he knows the young boy, hasn't interacted with him, but he's seen him in the yard before, and he didn't think anything of it, but he had the exact time because he went and got gas and had the gas receipt, so he was able to tell us exactly when he saw the kid. So.
All right, you've been listening to Hernando County Sheriff Al Nienhuis sharing an update on a 2-year-old boy who went missing in Brooksville this morning. His name is JJ. He has blonde curly hair and was last seen wearing a black Batman shirt. Deputies have bloodhounds searching that large.
All right, y'all. So, like I said, this is little JJ. He's missing out of Brooksville, Florida. And I know he said a mile, guys, but I'm going to ask you that if you're in Hermosa, if you're in Weeki Wachee, share this little dude's face. Check all your properties. Check every crevice.